Hi everyone, I'm Bob from the Montage Ski Patrol.
Rob, also from Montage Ski Patrol.
We just want to shoot a little video here today to talk to you about some safety tips to make the most of your fun here on the mountain. All right, so first thing, it's winter. Got to dress for the weather. Here in Northeast Pennsylvania, we say you can have all 4 seasons in a week, so you always make sure you're checking the weather forecast. Layering is very important when you're skiing. When it's very cold, you're better off having more layers on. You have the ability to shed to cool down. Frostbite is a major concern here in the winter sports industry. Rob, you want to talk a little bit about frostbite awareness?
Yeah, you want to make sure that your hands are covered up. You have a good pair of gloves. Depending on how cold it is, you want to make sure your face is covered up, especially your nose. Any areas that are exposed to the cold, you're going to be out here skiing, so you don't want that skin exposed over a long period of time.
Another thing to pay attention to in the weather is, snow and rain. You want to make sure that you're dressed with weatherproof layers in order to keep yourself as dry as you can. You want to keep your skin dry. That's going to, having your skin wet and cold is going to accelerate the frostbite process. Another very important tip is always wear a helmet. Personally, I've worn a helmet my whole life skiing here, and it's just one of those things that I've come accustomed to. I'm warmer in a helmet, I'm dry in a helmet, and I feel safer in a helmet. So when you're picking a helmet, make sure you pick a helmet that's comfortable and make sure that it's well fitted. Make sure you're going to a local ski shop getting professionally fitted for your helmet to make sure that it's the right size. It's not too big, not too small. Goggles are also a very important part of skiing, especially here in the Northeast. We make a lot of snow, and you want to be able to see when you're skiing. So having a set of goggles on you at all times is going to help that. Plus, it's going to protect you from UV rays from the sun, and they're warm and comfortable.
Most modern companies, you could change your lenses out as well. So if it's cloudy like it is today, you could put a different color lens in to improve your visibility. If the sun is out, like Bob is showing you there, you could put a different lens in, and then you're protected from the sun.
If you're new to the sport and you don't want to go investing a whole bunch of money into a helmet before you realize that you like the sport or not, most mountains do provide rentals.
Most places have, like we do at Bunny Hill, which is designated as a green circle. That's where you stay if you're a beginner. Then you would move up to a blue square or an intermediate trail. The terrain's going to get a little bit longer and a little bit steeper. You'll have to ski in control there, of course. Then moving on from that, you have advanced, which is a single diamond, and they're going to be much steeper. And the steep areas of the trail are going to be much longer, so you should have a pretty decent skill set to go on those trails. And then the very top is a double diamond, which is experts only. They're going to be very steep and varying terrain. You could have moguls, you could have ice, varying snow conditions, so you have to be 100% in control to be on the double diamonds.
Something to keep in mind with that is each ski area, the trail rating is relative to the difficult level of the other trails at the mountain. So you want to make sure you're familiar with the mountain that you are skiing at to evaluate your skiing ability. So a lot of common injuries we see on the mountain are leg injuries, knee injuries, what we call a boot top fracture, which is your tib fib. And a lot of that is sometimes due to not properly securing your boots. So you always want to make sure you're securing your boots properly when you go skiing. In snowboards, a very common incident that we have is wrist injuries, broken wrists. It's very important. They do sell wrist guards with gloves. They're very, very useful for snowboarders, especially those learning and falling a lot.
A lot of shoulders as well. For beginner snowboarders, a lot of times they put their arms out to brace the fall, and they'll wind up doing a clavicle or they'll pop their shoulder. Another good one too, which goes back to the helmet, we see concussions. So I think the risk of getting one is greatly reduced by wearing a helmet, but there is still the possibility, and we do see them, they do happen.
So what to do if you or someone else you're skiing with gets hurt? Easiest way is if you have multiple people in your party, send them to the bottom of the lift, inform the lift attendant that you need ski patrol. It's also important to know where you are on the mountain at all times. So try to make note of what trail you're skiing on if you have a trail map, to be able to quickly identify where the injury is, and we can respond faster. Most ski patrols also post their first aid number, so you can always call the ski patrol with the direct number. One thing that does happen quite often that often adds to the confusion is calling 911 directly from the slope. That usually just delays care because the 911 call would then have to be transferred to us. So it's best to inform someone locally at the hill, whether it be the lift attendant or a ski instructor, mountain employee, or another ski patroller. So some things to do before you're skiing every day is to check your equipment. So every ski, obviously you have your metal edges. You want to look at the bottom of your skis, make sure there's not any gouges or dings, especially in your edges. It's very important to keep your edges sharp and clean at all times. The bindings, especially for newer skiers, you want to make sure that there's what's called a DIN setting on your bindings, and that is the level of force that is required for the binding to release. It should always be done by a professional ski shop. It's not something that the manufacturer recommends anybody do by themselves. It should always be done by a professional ski shop. In the rental shop here locally at the mountain, they go off your ability level, your height, and your weight to be able to set that. You always want to make sure on your bindings that there's nothing preventing them from releasing. And then always check your equipment to make sure that it is working properly.
If you're interested in joining Montage Mountain Ski Patrol or any other ski patrol in your area, check their websites, stop in the first aid, and there's always somebody available with information. Our process is pretty similar to everybody else in the area. We do a ski exam. We're going to make sure that you're a good fit for our team. When you're a good fit for our team, you're a good fit for the mountain. By doing that, you're helping keep our mountain safe. Our process is we make sure you're a good skier. We teach you basic first aid skills and mountain operation skills. By doing that, we got to make this a safer environment for everybody else. If you're interested, reach out to Montage Mountain Ski Patrol or any ski patrol in your area.